I started the streaming.
All right, are we going?
Yeah. Oh, is it going now?
Let's have a look.
What's going on, man? Let me see.
Yeah.
Let's see. We can ask people if they want us to sculpt something. I can actually do something, maybe.
Welcome to is it? Podcast 05.
Welcome to Siamak.
Siamak.
Yeah, the champion of the road, the champion of the champions. No one is watching. I'm gonna like the video now. 1, 2, 3. I like it. This is a nice video. I like the video. Oh
yeah. So we I think what I was thinking is we'll sit for an hour and do these.
Yeah, we can do 1 hour. But we need to share it here and there so people can see that we are doing it.
Yeah.
Someone is watching. Who did you say that was watching this? You said someone was watching.
And I forgot his last name. What's his last name? He'll be watching right now, actually.
He will be watching right now?
Yeah, he said he looks forward to watching it.
If someone is watching this, they're smart. Because, because we'll be very famous in the near future.
Anything's possible.
Hey, just one person is watching. You know, actually, we should do it on my channel so I can turn on the super chat and they can donate.
Hey, what about me?
Well, I'll get the money. You can just.
Hey, I got it. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty close to monetization. I'm on it.
Oh yeah, you should be. Should be.
I don't think to do it though.
There is only one person watching, so we need to wait.
Oh, we can talk. This is always gonna later. Yeah.
I'll get videos. Just watch after.
I'd like to talk about things like positive visualization.
You know, actually, what I wanted to say, why we cannot have good things as artists? Why should we always be like, you're artist, you're not gonna get rich? Why you're artist? Why do you
can't be well off if you're an artist?
Yeah, I mean, thinking about having a McLaren or Lamborghini is just it's taboo. Oh, you're an artist. You're not gonna get anything, you know.
Well, if you think about
your camera, fix your camera. The focus is gone.
Mm-hmm. If you think about the actual community that we're in, is the community of disbelief.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
That's. I should bring focus back. It's community of disbelief, not thinking that you can achieve things. It's even when you work on a design or anything, you're not even sure that you could achieve it, but eventually it comes together just like that. And that's how your life comes together. As long as you're positive along the way, there's a big thing of having that positive energy.
Yeah.
And belief, and you have to visualize no matter what. And if you're not visualizing your goals, they're not going to become anything, because you're actually, once you start putting those things in place mentally, you'll get to the points in life where you know you have to take this step, that step, and this step to get to your goal. And that's what I think people tend to, from the start, the belief in themselves is, well, you go work somewhere, you be in a studio, and maybe I'll move up within the studio. Yeah. That's just pretty sad.
It is, yes, happen. Because they forget all of their dreams. I mean, it's good to work in the studios, and I think
but you're not going to move up in the way you think you're going to move up.
Yeah. You know what? You should share this on YouTube so more people can. Hold on a second. Let me actually share this on the group so people can join and listen to us.
You might, if the company is good, yes.
Yeah.
But if the company is not, you might just get, stuck there and just kind of like grinding gears, which, I think it can happen.
Yeah.
We should. Have you been checking out Mortal Shell?
Is it out?
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Coming out tomorrow.
Tomorrow
Looks
in your
good.
time. It's here. It will be the next day after tomorrow.
Yeah.
So for you it's tomorrow. For us it's after tomorrow. The day after tomorrow.
I mean,
I'm gonna check it out.
that it looks promising.
Yeah, and
I
that's
don't
an
think.
example that it's everything is possible if we decide to make it possible,
Yeah.
right?
And about 4 key people.
4, 3.
Four.
One of them is me. One of them is you.
Working on what's the mortal shell, you mean?
Oh,
You're working.
I thought you were talking about 4 people are watching.
No.
I think we should do a schedule for this, dude, so people can join and ask questions. I mean, otherwise, doing it live? There should be they should come and
We've
listen.
been doing it on Sunday usually, well, Sunday my time, and Saturday your time. I think people got used to that.
Well,
to be honest. How many people in here?
Right now 3. One of them is me. The other one is you.
Yes, I think people got used to seeing us in that time. I think more people would maybe depending. No, I'm not sure if they'll be home or not, but who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Juan Vileda. Late night sculpting and happened to catch you guys. What's up, dude? He's one of my students.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. Let me actually share this in my Discord group. You should share it in your Discord. People join and listen and watch and ask questions.
Yeah, I've posted it up on Facebook.
I think we should expand this, make it more seriously. So this is actually what I was telling you. I mean, as an artist, you should be able to make as much money as you want. It's an expandable business. It's just like you need to figure out how to do it, have multiple stream of incomes, and I think that's part of the growth. Like I realize, like a lot of the artists, they're not happy. They're just becoming seeing it as a job, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And that's not a good thing, to be honest with you. You just lose your passion, and it's because they're actually taking the wrong path. Like their goal is like to work for one studio or the other studio. That actually becomes an empty goal, because when you achieve it, then you're there already. There is nothing interesting, and that's it, right? But in fact, actually, like I was telling you, I was like saying like Lamborghini, because that's like everyone talks about Lamborghini when they want an expensive car, right? And in today's car market, Lamborghini is nothing actually. $300,000 you can get one, but the real car thing is Bugatti or Koenigsegg. So those are the cars that are like $3 million, $4 million, right? Those are the big dreams. But the reason I say Lamborghini is like, think about it, like an artist designs Lamborghini. Does that artist deserve to have a Lamborghini? An artist designs all the cars, all the phones, and everything basically.
I think everyone deserves what they want.
But I think they push themselves down, right? I mean, if
they don't work for it, you're going to get it. Right?
Huh?
If you don't work for the thing, you're never going to get the thing that you want. You have to understand that if you do get it, it's just a goal. Essentially, you want that goal, and you have to realize there's nothing at the end of it except your goal. And it's just like anything. Once you get it, you have to realize that it's not going to fulfill you in any way.
Yeah.
But then, so you don't end up going crazy at the end of it. Some people they hit their goals and they just kind of go into nothing, and just kind of nothing happens, because once they hit all their goals, they realize if they try and hit their goals, believing that that's the thing that's going to make them happy, that's when they go off the deep end. So trying to fill the void.
It's just kind of, I think everyone should understand the value of their being, like one life, one chance to live, right? So setting a small goal, just like having a job or working on a game, or those are small goals, man. Those are nothing, basically. You achieve it too early. Like you can make your first game when you're 23 to 24, right? And then you make that game. After 5 years you become a manager or something, and then you're on the highest position at age 30. What after that? Is that your goal? Like you want to stay there for like 10 years and become a manager for 10 years and work for another studio, make someone else rich. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about financials. Everyone is doing it for money. Everyone is doing it for money. And everyone denies it.
We all do things for money, though. But I think the issue is that pay is not often equal with the amounts of these companies can make.
Yeah.
So how much is actually sitting in their bank versus actually paying people.
Yeah.
So you saw that what's that TV show you showed me where people think it's illegal to talk about their pay.
Yeah.
Or just Adam ruins everything, right? But it's not illegal to talk about your pay, right?
It's not illegal. You can talk about your pay. It's legal. Yeah.
So if you know how much everyone gets paid, it equals things out. And they tell you it's illegal because that's, ultimately that's what happens, right?
It actually doesn't equal. It's just gives a yes. I mean, then no one can lowball you, right? If you know what's your worth, what you can worth if you work like this. I've seen big artists actually charge like peanuts.
Yeah.
They still work for passion. And now I tell people, I say work. I you know what I say? I say work passionately, but don't work for passion. Does it make sense? Huh?
So you're saying
work passionately, but don't work for passion. I mean, I'm not a charity. You're not a charity. Why should you work for passion?
Yeah, someone will take advantage of it.
Yeah.
And that's what happens. People take advantage of people who are passionate. That's why I think like I've talked to people who have, like, I have a mentor and they went to LA to work, and he kind of thought, well, if he goes to LA, it will kind of be the his kind of career defining move and stuff like that. And he went and worked for a bunch of like startup people who promise things. Yeah, we can do this and that. It's just a lot of those companies who do those startup and trying to start up, they do fail a lot. And I think he went there realizing he didn't believe in it or wholeheartedly going. Like, he just kind of thought that's the thing he should do. And it's kind of like he's not. He went to LA, worked a bunch, and nothing happened. And I think if you're going to these places thinking, say if you were just to rub shoulders with people and talk to people and stuff like that, if you don't like, it's not going to happen if you're not believing it. And then also if everyone else is also, they're just doing it for the sake of making money. And so if you have that combination of, because there's so many different elements that come into play. So if people are working on these games and starting studios and they're like, well, it's going to make me money, then you're not passionate about it and it will show. But then you get people who are under you or passionate who want to work for the project and it doesn't go anywhere. And there's a lot of complications in when people go and chase things like that.
I actually don't understand why this is happening in game industry. Is it in every industry, or basically game film? CG artists. They just want to. They're like, oh, I want to become like the guy who's doing a good job, but he just wants to become an intern to start a job, or I don't know, work with like even for free sometimes. They're like, I just want to work for free to get my foot. Like there, basically, I get to the get inside the business company and grow from there. I mean, why can't you just work and get paid for it from beginning? Why is it just happening in our industry?
If someone can't even pay you $50 a week, you should probably run away. If they can't pay you like at least $50 a week, there's an issue.
There is an issue.
There's an issue, right? So unless like, okay, let's give it let's say if you were Warren Buffett, right? And you're like, okay, I'll be your mentor. Like, can you mentor me? That's a different story. You know who Warren Buffett is, and just to be in his presence you would learn so much from
Yes,
him.
yes, just his presence. That's true.
But let's be honest, with game companies, unless you know, and it's a big game company, let's say like Naughty Dog, yeah, you could do them into like what is it?
Internship,
Apprenticeship. Yeah.
intern, yeah,
Yeah. What is it?
intern,
Apprenticeship, right? Intern.
intern.
We have
Apprenticeship. It's the same thing, but that was like during the Renaissance time, right? Apprenticeship was
yeah.
different. That's
We
I have more
did-
values for that. To be honest with you, that's more valuable than working for nothing in a studio.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense that you would. I can't imagine if you went to even like Naughty Dog, they wouldn't pay you maybe just like a little bit to work there. I don't know.
I think the problem is like people in the industry in general, they don't understand the value of what they do, and they don't educate themselves. They don't read enough books. They just do art, and that's it. Okay. One of the things I told you I'm doing when I'm teaching, I'm actually understanding the real value of myself. Or when I do podcasts, I'm actually seeing the real value of what I can do. I'm actually discovering myself better, if that makes sense, right? So the point to be able to make more money, to achieve everything that you want in life is like to understand yourself. If you understand who you are, if you understand what's your desire, what you want to do, what you're capable of doing, then what's going to happen after that? You know? I mean,
yeah.
Have you ever heard someone telling you, hey, you cannot do this, it's impossible, or you cannot do that, it's impossible, right?
Yeah. And then you let those seeds take place, they'll grow. They'll grow larger and larger. They say you're the thing you think about the most. Right?
Yes.
So if you think about negative things and not achieving your goals, that's exactly what's going to happen. Exactly.
Yeah.
But if you want to think about, yes, you want a Lambo, just keep thinking about it, and somehow, if you really want it, I'm sure if you really, really want it, work towards it. And that's the only thing. You don't know when you're going to get it.
I actually know when I'm going to get it. For real, I actually planned for it. Yeah, I know. I planned for it. People laugh at me. A friend of mine was laughing at me, and now he's not laughing anymore. And in the middle of the way, he wasn't laughing anymore. Now he's like, shit, you're up to something.
I'm going to see Lambo like 2-3 years.
Did you see the car that I actually picked up, the McLaren? I'm not going to get a Lambo, but I already...
I don't. Lambo's
I already did the customization and everything. Yeah, why not? I mean, who can tell me that you cannot do this? Who can tell me that I cannot achieve what I want?
It's true.
Who the fuck people are to tell me, hey, you cannot do this because you're an artist, or it's impossible? Fuck that shit. Seriously, fuck that shit.
Yes.
Sorry for cursing, but this requires that.
I thought you got them all out.
I mean,
it is. It's people telling you that you can't have certain goals. It's ridiculous. It is utter ridiculous. Like it doesn't. It's. I think it's a jealousy aspect. It's like, oh, you're going to get a Lambo.
It's stupid, man. Like it is stupid. You work hard. You figure out what you do. You find a way, right? Then you expand it. Then you slowly, with patience, with planning, with understanding your goal, knowing what you want to do. And I want Lambo. I want a bigger house. I want a third house. I want a fourth house. I want to have a house in Hawaii. Why not? I mean, if I'm working hard, adding value, I want to do that. I want to do all of that. It doesn't just because I love doing art, just because I love doing music, it doesn't mean that I shouldn't have any of those. You know?
Yeah.
And it's totally possible. It's just like depends on what you want to do. And my goal is not I don't want to be the best character artist in the industry. I want to enjoy what I'm doing. I don't want to work in the best game on the best game in the business. I mean, that was like my goal when I was 15 years old. I'm 35 now. Right? I'm getting closer to the finish line. I need to think more about serious stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what life is. I cannot just stand by and say, yeah, come on, success, go away. You know, I'm going to watch you. I'm going to let the time pass, and I'm going to think like a 15 years old, and I'm going to let everyone tell me, hey, you cannot achieve this, you cannot achieve that. You want to have a Lambo, you need to be a CEO of this fucking rich company, blah, 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 blah.
How do you
it's like, it's all of this, is this.
I think people secretly enjoy sometimes when they tell you stuff.
Yeah.
That makes them feel secure in themselves, not having those goals.
And I'm actually telling my student the same. Like, I'm like, you're an artist. Figure out how to monetize your work better. Figure out how to make more money. Figure out how to do all of this. Like, don't let others to define how much you're worth. You know what I mean? Like, this is actually the definition of slavery. When someone tells you that, hey, for this position, we only pay you this much. That's a slavery.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, there's no way to measure how much knowledge. If there was a scale to measure your knowledge, right? I mean, they cannot do that, right? They cannot put it compare it to someone else to say you're this much heavier, so you should get paid more or less.
Constantly improving. Every day you wake up, you could read a book and be another, I don't know, let's put like another 20 points on your level of intelligence. Yes. So that means you should be paid more. Or, I don't know, like this, if that's how you're going to scale things. You know, if you read a book, you become infinitely more informed about the thing that you read about, and you take it on, and your outlook has changed from reading that book, and you would fundamentally be a different person after that. And so that would mean, yes, you would be paid more because you're, you know what's funny person.
You know how many people messaged me about Eden when I interviewed him on my podcast, saying that does he really charge that much? I'm like, okay, how much is he charging? $2,500 per day? What is the problem with that? How much is that product making, the one that he's making 30,000 from? 30 million? So paying 30,000 to an artist is nothing. It's already making, maybe, if not, they'll make more than 30 million on a product like that. You know?
Yeah. That's why they pay. That's why you can ask for it.
Yeah, so
because
I mean,
you have explored.
Yeah.
Artists don't explore. Just ask for it. You know, the saying goes, if you never ask for it, you never receive.
You never receive, exactly. You just have to ask. And here's the thing, when they come to you for your work, they come to you because they saw something in your work. If you accept it to stay cheap and say, yes, I don't worth anything, you guys can tell me how much I'm worth, I will be a slave and do whatever you say. So you will not get paid anything. They will give you peanuts and pistachios.
They're nice though. It's the fear that they'll get someone else, right? And then just let it happen.
Yeah, and they will get someone else regardless. If they don't have enough respect for you to get someone else, then let them get someone else. Because those type of clients will never be your permanent clients. They will go away eventually. They'll use you. Yeah. It's like this. They throw you away. Piece of paper.
Yeah. No value in that piece of
paper. No value. I mean,
yeah. And look, if there's psychologically, there's things that if you do have your goal rates, and that's like what I have said in the video that I did, you'll bring your standards up psychologically. You're like, holy crap, I'm charging this amount. I better start stepping up my game. You know, get more organized. Start looking at things differently. Like everything that you need to do.
And you know what's interesting is people don't believe it. Like you and me and you, we know that Eden is charging that much. We talk to him.
Yeah.
It's nothing. He's relaxed. He's okay. This. I mean, a client comes to him. He's like, yeah, go check my website. He doesn't even give a crap about if they. He doesn't even respond to email. Right? It's not bad. He's a professional businessman. So if he can do it, then if you add value, maybe as a character artist, I cannot do it because I'm not designing products. But I can find other ways to actually monetize my work and make more money. I can respect my art and become a wolf and actually hunt myself instead of like letting someone to feed me. It's not bad. It's not a bad thing. You know, it's just like if you have dreams, you need to actually fight for it. You shouldn't let others to destroy your dreams, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and define you in the process.
Yeah.
Like it's everything. So everything that you watch, do, you take in, you absorb it. And if you're absorbing negative stuff, and like it's like people who sit and they watch the news all the time. It's negativity. I haven't watched the news. Like I talk to my parents and they're like, "Have you watched the news about the corona?" I'm like, "No, I haven't. I haven't even switched on the TV."
I don't care about the news. Yeah. News is full of shit. The pandemic was happening forever. It's not the first time. It happened many times. Mass extinction is already happening. Like lots of animals are getting extinct. There's a chance that as human beings we won't survive the next 100 years. Should I destroy my today and say I wouldn't be alive next 100 years. There's a slight chance that I might be alive. It's like if they find some kind of medicine, immortality or whatever, and then I stay alive. But thinking about future like that is actually stupid.
Because of your anxiety.
You get anxiety. Yeah, I mean, it's good. I'm planning for my next 10 years, but it's not like I'm not like thinking about like if there's another like I don't know asteroid is going to hit the Earth and kill us all, or pandemic is going to destroy everyone. Actually, you know what? How many business idea that I had since this pandemic started? I have one right now that I'm pretty sure is going to work, but I don't have time to do it. I might actually do it. I'm thinking about it. There are so many opportunities that you can actually do stuff from home, create new businesses, fix this problem. You know what I mean? Even as artists, there are ways that you can do it. So, like Peter is asking, what do you think about that? This is the question that he's asking about someone. Well, I think we were talking about game studios. He says about the studios. We were not talking about game in general. He's saying, what do you think about working on a game, but the client says you will get paid a percentage of the final revenue from the game when the game is released? I mean,
it's interesting.
Unless if it's written in the contract, I wouldn't care about it, right? Yeah, and I actually don't really. I mean, bonuses are important to get. But you need to have it written in the contract to get paid that regardless of what happens, you should get that bonus. Like
even if it doesn't sell.
Yeah, if someone wants to give me a contract and says, hey, we will give you a bonus, I'll say, if you want to give me the bonus, you should write it in the contract regardless of if I'm here or not, you should give me the bonus. For the time that I work there, you should give me the bonus. I will not sign a contract if they just give me hope. I don't work based on hope. I don't work for passion anymore. I'm not the charity. You know what I mean? So there was a guy, like someone approached me yesterday by email. Hey, we want to give you a freelance work, this. It's like this, and how much do you charge? You should have seen the email. I actually showed you the email.
Yeah, I was wondering why is it so long?
I don't want to talk about it too open, but you know what? I mean,
I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, it's funny because they see my portfolio. They come. I'm not an egoistic person. You know me, right? I know you. You know me. They just play it. Yeah, you will. If you do this job, I'm not interested. First of all, I don't have time for that at this point, right? Unless if it's a very unique project, yes. But the way they message is just funny, as if like I'm waiting there for them to give me a project. I'm hungry now. I'm dying. I need your money. And the way is like, yeah, if you do this, then you will become a full-time employee, and then you'll be like, go up from character artist, you'll become a senior character artist. I'm like, dude, have you seen my work history? I started CG before you were born. So, I mean, I don't know what to say, man. It's just,
I get that from time to time with spam. You want to, you get spammed out messages, and it's like these people put no effort in sometimes to even write the emails. And you're thinking, well, at least put some effort in, even just say my name at the start.
Yeah, I mean, go check my website. I'm actually making the website. I'm gonna put my price like the way Eden does. I mean, I don't want to waste my time on things that people don't understand. Like I'm past that moment to spend time on cheaper stuff, like on things that actually doesn't change my future. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
If the project is big, I'm happy to help. I know I can help. I'm gonna increase the quality. I have done work that shows that what I can do. It's the same with you. But coming to me and telling me, hey, you will be employed, and then we'll make you senior, and then if your work is the guy's like, we will give you a test. I said I don't accept tests. And I don't accept any project at this time.
Like doing a test, unless you're a newbie.
I mean, doing a test is okay. It just depends on the situation, right? Yeah. If you see my portfolio, if it's good, and you're coming to me and asking me for a test, then my portfolio is not good. You shouldn't ask me. If you have seen, I gave tests to artists myself, but that's like I understand the situation. I know who should do the test, who shouldn't. And sometimes it's a standard for the studio to give tests to like a mid-level artist or a junior artist. But when you are like when you like you have designed creatures robots for a couple of games and films and all that, right? It's like they come and tell you, hey, we want to make a game like Horizon Zero Dawn, and you worked on that game, but we want to give you a test first. I mean, fuck that shit.
They're just trying to milk out something.
It's a scam, dude. It's a scam. Sometimes it's a scam, and I can smell it. If someone is serious enough to work with you, they will come to you and work with you. It's just simple as that.
That's the weird thing about it. You always know when something's scammy.
Yes.
I don't know. Like, I've always known when something's scammy.
I think you know.
When I first started off, maybe when I was 19, I got, I think, a bit scammed to do a mod.
Promises are a scam, to be honest with you. I don't accept any promises. I'm like, what is happening now? I don't care about because when you tell me like 3 years from now I will be this, I'll get that. What do you give me now? What am I going to get now?
You need something now, because otherwise, because that's all. Like I was saying with one of my mentors, they said pretty much going on hope, and you're not in control. Like, unless you're actually working as a core team member, you can actually see what's happening and reading what other people are doing. And you're like, well, my teammate, he's not doing anything here. He's just gonna fizzle out. Yeah. When you work with people, it's just like, no, they're gonna fizzle out. Their mindset and their eye isn't on the ball, and their mindset isn't there for them to start a company or even just get the project off the ground. Because you know when people are distracted.
Yeah.
Their focus isn't on the important thing.
Peter is saying right now, he's asking if it is written in the contract, but it's not a bonus. It's like you don't get paid anything until the game is released. I don't accept anything like that, unless if it's my business. Like if someone offers me partnership, then that's a different situation. But if someone tells me, hey, I have a game idea, come work on this game idea, I'm not gonna pay you anything. If the game sells, then you will get something. I don't do that. Unless if I know that the person, right? It's a different situation.
So you're working on hope.
Yes.
Which is
false promise.
Yeah. That's you're better off just working on your own hope, make your own game.
Exactly, dude.
You probably make something from it.
Yes, you'll probably make something from it. There's more chances. I know, dude. I know. It's exactly like that.
So I think when games unless you had a really good core team and each week you're knocking it out of the park, you're actually getting a good playable done, and you're watching it actually, like, you start feeling it, that's the difference. Like, I think you only probably got to waste maybe 4 weeks of your life seeing how people work together. And if you're getting nothing together, that's it. Like, if it's just like 2D images and nothing playable, you just got to just move on. Because with games these days, you can prototype instantly straight away. You could chuck a block into a game. You don't need assets or anything. You just need some basic core gameplay structure, nothing fancy, just to see. You've worked on games, so it's just basic at the start, and it's like there's no assets, anything. If you can't, I think there's a saying, I think from the Halo guys, if you can't make a game interesting that's like addictive or whatever, like I think you have like a 10-second or 20-second loop. If you can't just do the same thing over and over again, it's never going to be a good game. That's like the addictive nature of playing a game. Like Grand Theft Auto, you walk around, get in a car, drive it, go into a building, go to the mission. Like, it's the same. It's essentially the same thing, and it's finding that really solid gameplay loop where it's addictive, will motivate you to play the game and see it through.
So there's like two questions. Daniel is asking, what can you do when they say they will and it actually gets picked up? I'm not sure what he means by that. What are your options to collect the money?
What do you do when they say will actually gets? He's asking what's the options of getting the money. I guess one, you have to get a contract written up. You actually have to get someone to write it up legally.
Yes.
Right. Stating that they both have to. Like, you have to get it checked. If they're going to write it up, then you have to get it checked if it's all legally binding.
Yes.
And if it's not, if like when it comes to it, and they have to be transparent with what they're making on it. I don't know how you're going to go about finding how much. Like you have to actually. I don't know, how would you go about it? You have to actually see their bank account with the money going into it, right? Pretty much. I mean, they could just funnel the money into a bank account that you couldn't see. So you would have to have access to a bank account and say, like, this is our shared bank account.
I wouldn't make a contract to say, this is how it would work. If someone comes to me and tells me, hey, we are making a game and we want to give you a contract, we won't pay you anything, and then once the game sells, we'll pay you something. I will say, I want a percentage of the company. That's what I want. 10%, 5%, that's what I want. If the game sells, I own 5%, 10% of the company. I don't care how much you sell. You don't pay me, I'm going to work on this game and I spend my time. It's going to be my business, part of it at least, right? And I would be flexible for that, but I wouldn't like, depending on how much I contribute. So otherwise, it's like someone is giving you I got an email. Not all of them are a scam, right? People have dreams and hopes, and they want to make something work, right? But they come to you and give you some. It happened to me. Like they asked me, "Hey, we want to make this game or this movie. We want you to do one character for us, but there's no pay. If the film sells, then we'll pay you money." I'm like, "No, I don't have time for that." Because if I'm going to work, as you said, like 1 year on a film without getting paid, I can work 1 year on my own business. I have tens of business ideas that I can work on. You know what I mean? Like I'm working on a couple of them right now. Actually, you know about it. But it takes time to build a business. Like I'm planning for my future. I'm planning for when I'm 40, 45, like 5 years from now. So instead of spending time, wasting time on things like that, I would actually dream myself. I want to let someone else dream for me. You know what I mean? And then, Peter is asking, do you guys have any stories of us getting scammed? I actually got scammed once. Like, I did a project and they said, "Oh, we got bankrupted." That was bull crap, basically. And they said we closed the company. They actually sold the company to someone else, and I never got paid for that. $5,000 gone. Yeah. So that's And at that time, it was a lot of money, like 10 years ago, 8 years ago, something like that.
Even now, you'd be pissed off at losing $5,000.
Yeah, so it's a lot of money for when you're like, I was 25 at the time, 27, something like that. So it's a lot. If I invested that money into Nvidia stock at the time, I would have $700,000 now. I mean,
there's always the if. There's always the if I invested.
Yeah, always. I mean, comparing the value, that you know what I mean. So.
Yeah, like that. It's living in the past.
No, I don't live in the past, but I'm like, I'm saying like it was a lot of money. It was I got scammed, and I learned from it. So, and since then I actually decided that I have to. Arturo is saying, how do you prevent that? You need to read books, man. You need to read books and understand psychology of people. When someone sends you an email, you have to read between the lines. If someone gives you hopes, don't accept it. Don't go with hopes. Go with what's available.
Read into it more.
Yes.
You can just use your intuition. What's wrong with people? Use your intuition. Like
if something is wrong, then it's wrong. You can feel it. I know it's wrong, right?
You know what it is? Desperation, right?
Yes.
It overrides the actual intuition that you do have.
Yeah.
Right. And then they say you need to be you're kind of in touch with your intuition, know where you're going. So like, go. If I had $1 million, I don't know, would I work on this project?
No.
Right?
100% no.
Yeah. And you just be like, okay, just go away from it. Like.
So, actually what I realized is this, like I said it, I think he wasn't here at the time. What I say is this, I say work passionately, but don't work for passion. That's the key. Like if you want to, don't work for your passion. Keep the passion, enjoy it, but don't work for peanuts. Simple as that,
Yeah, people do though. Because they're fearful that they can't get it.
They do that to everyone. Everyone is doing it.
Desperation. They smell it, and then they're like, "Okay, we've got him." And I think it's all in the
You cannot get a job, but here's the thing: can you make money from public, giving a service to public, and then they will support you?
You can.
You can. I'm doing it. You're doing it. We are doing it, right? I'm doing my best, providing a service. I'm doing mentorship, providing a value. They're paying me for it, right? And I actually do more than anyone, like, because I want to see these people to do great jobs. I want them to be successful. I want them to grow with better mindset, the mindset that I didn't have access to. I want them to feel free. I don't want them to be slaves. I want them to be like 10 years, because the society is changing. 5 years from now, I guarantee everything is going to be different. Back in 2008, when the iPhone came out, things started changing. It started shifting. Now it's not, the world is not the same. It's completely changed. Now with the pandemic, from now on, it's actually going to change more. So what can you do to actually, and it's not going to be a bad change, by the way. Whenever something bad happens like this, a war or a pandemic or something bad, the shift is actually positive, because you will come up with new ideas, new businesses born, new,
a reason for everything. And you have to look towards the positive. Otherwise, you just see the negative.
Yeah.
If you focus on the negative, that's all you're going to see.
Yeah.
So you have to, okay, this is negative, but now you can make money from home more than ever. You can sell things. You can, like, more 3D printing. You can sell your services. Like, you got to be creative. Like, I had one of my mentors yesterday, and they made a Street Fighter character. I think it's Dowson. And you have that stuff you burn at the essence stuff, and he had it like posed. And I was thinking he was going to do a 3D print of this statue.
Okay.
I think it's Ben. I think he would be watching this, and it's like an incense thing. You put it inside of it, and it was like a cool 3D print. And I was like, that's kind of making a 3D print for a purpose instead of just a statue.
Yeah,
like you burn incense in it. And I was thinking you should probably just do that for an idea, but do your own thing. Don't do Street Fighter, because it's copyright infringement. You don't want to be caught for that.
The thing is, like, I think
there's always ideas that you can do.
Yeah, there's like tons of ideas. Like, here's the thing, like, I'm personally like, I think everyone should work for someone at some point, because during the Renaissance time, that was the way to go up, right? You work for someone, you understand the process, you learn, and then you grow. But if your goal is that forever, you will never grow. You will actually be the same kid that you have always been, right? You'll always have your dreams as dreams, and you will never be able to grow. So, I think working for companies, working in different teams, working as freelancers, losing stuff, taking risks, it's important. So when he says, how do you prevent that? I wouldn't actually try it. Work on for someone when he gives you false promises, fail. Next time you will learn, because I did it. I think we have to go through that. But be cautious about it. Don't fall for the same trap again. If you work for a company for, let's say, you're a character artist or whatever, you work for $90,000, $120,000, $90,000, and then you realize, okay, my salary should be $120,000. When you apply for the next job, when they tell you we'll pay $95,000, don't accept it. Don't be desperate.
And even in 5 years, I'd imagine the standard,
it's gonna go up.
It should go up. It should be like 200K.
Normally, it will go up. Naturally, it goes like this generation is in game industries or film industry. I don't know, like in general, like CG. I don't want to specifically talk about this in industry. We're just talking in general, because you don't know where people work. When the CG, when the art, VFX art, CG artists started, it was a new thing, right? No, there was no demand for it, but the demand is growing now. Companies like NVIDIA are inventing graphics cards that are rendering real-time games that looks like actually a movie, right? Small games. I had a podcast with Alessandro Baldastroni. He was showing me his portfolio, and we were talking about that. I'm going to release that video next week or this week on my YouTube channel. But when I was looking at them, I'm like, this is the future. And they are working from home. They get paid well. The new generation, we actually get paid better if they don't lowball themselves. If they don't be desperate about, I have to work for this company. Oh my God, this is my favorite game. Oh, I'm going to work for them. I don't want anything from you guys. Just give me the job. Let me work for you. Let me be a slave.
This is what we're talking about it. It feels like me making certain videos about discussing rates and things like that. People are like, oh, no one ever talks about it. I'm like, that's exactly what. No one ever seems to talk about it.
Because they're scared. They're scared. There's no reason to be scared of it. You're not saying anything bad. It's a good thing for the industry. When the growth happens, when you grow on the personal level, when you get paid well, then you appreciate the company more. You will put your best. You will do a better job. That's a natural thing. If someone tells me that it's not the way, that business is not going to last. I guarantee that 100%. They will fail. There was a news recently, Activision. Huh?
You don't value your people.
No, you don't. If you don't value people, they'll find out eventually. People are not stupid. They're smart. They're not idiots. They have brain. And they grow up when they see what's going on, right? I mean, we have every human being has sort of a natural lie detector, if you know what I mean. So it's like automatically when you grow up in society, work in companies, work for businesses, other people, it doesn't matter what industry you're in. If you work for a long time and move and change and see different people, automatically you will actually get used to different behaviors, and you will be able to detect different lies, different body languages and all that. So when someone works in a company, regardless, like whatever, it's a bank or I don't know, like just whatever, like a car showroom, right? If they work in this business for a long time, or game industry, film industry, doesn't matter. When they don't get paid well, eventually they will find out, and that will show itself at some point, right? They will get upset. They will show it. They will not be able to perform. They will feel undervalued. And one of the things, like I don't know if you saw that article, like people at Blizzard, they were just pushing I don't know, they were like sharing their salaries around, and everyone was upset about. Yeah, you didn't see that article?
No, I didn't.
Because they were underpaid. Huh?
Yeah.
And
underpaid.
And 800 something people started sharing their salaries with each other. I didn't follow the story what happened, but that's what happens. Like when people feel like they're not appreciated, that's what happens.
Yeah. I mean, I hope to see more people sharing their salaries, and why not? This is just something that people shouldn't be afraid of. Like you were saying, you have to go towards the fear. Whatever you're fearful of stuff, just go towards it. Like that's a good thing. If you're afraid, that's where you need to be. It's where your growth happens.
Yeah.
So you asking someone, like I have people. A different thing is to ask me how much I think you should charge. That's a bit of a different one, because I can kind of say maybe this, but ultimately it's going to come down to you, how much you should charge. Like I'm not here to decide your worth.
Yeah.
And you have to decide that. And I think,
you know, one thing I will tell you something interesting, Mike. Ronald is saying this. It says next year I will migrate to my passion area, create characters for games or CGI. When you do not have a good financial to support your journey, you have to find ways to keep moving forward. So what I can say for that is this. If you work for cheaper prices or work for passion, or you're not a charity first, you shouldn't do that. When you do that, that's fun for the beginning, but then you start getting your paychecks, and then you realize, oh, this half of it is going to taxes. Okay, so that's gone. Oh my goodness, I cannot rent a house. I have to rent a room now. And then you have to rent a room, and then you have like other roommates in other rooms. That happened to me. And then you will be like, oh, okay, I cannot sleep well at night. Okay, now I cannot do this. I cannot do that. Then you start thinking about it. Then your life is actually not in a good, like you don't have a good life. You don't enjoy going home. You stay more in the office, and then you go home. You want to leave the room that you have, right? You don't have the good computer to work with it. You don't. A lot of different things, right? You deal with a lot of issues, and then when your emotion settles, you actually realize that your life is more important than that job. Your life is more important than your passion. Then you will actually start hating that job. Slowly, you will start hating that job, and you will start blaming your managers. You will start blaming your coworkers. You will see everyone as assholes in that company. Then you will actually start hating doing what you're doing. This is going to change, slowly affect everything, right? And imagine what happens. You lose your passion. You might actually give up. You might actually end up in a worse place, okay?
Yeah.
Until you figure out how to move yourself up. The opposite way is like if you research, if you read books, if you understand your value. This happened to me, by the way. When you get paid for what you deserve to get paid, freelance, teaching, salary, whatever it is, right? If you understand your value, how much value you're adding to this product, so how much you can get from that value that you're adding, how much percentage you can get. Once you do that, when you're actually not worried about anything, when you buy your own house, when you're sitting in your office working, when you're more free, basically a bit more free, right? You actually start thinking better. You start thinking about more important stuff. Your brain starts like, how can I improve this? How can I improve that? Then you actually enjoy your job more. You're not insecure. The suggestions you give to the business, it's more interesting. You actually learn when you should talk, when you shouldn't talk. People respect you more, right? You respect them more, and then you actually get better in general. Like the quality of your life in every aspect improves. If you get what I'm saying. So saying that, like if someone tells me like I have to get this job because I don't have any other options, you're actually pushing yourself down. Like,
there's always options.
There's always options. Yes.
You have to be open-minded. That's where it comes to.
Yep.
As you say, that's the truth. Now I live off my art. I have to thank every day to that.
Yeah.
I work almost 1.5 years with the creating. So I mean, that's great to hear, right? So you're living off your art. I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah. And there are tons of ways that you can make money from your art. If a studio is I don't know, they're telling you like, hey, you don't worth this much, don't believe them, man. Like, push yourself, get there. Like, one of the guys that I enjoy watching, what's that?
That's what I've heard. Quote 30% more than you actually.
You will get there.
Whatever you want, at quote 30% more.
Yes.
That's what I've been told. So that's like if you think you're worth 500, quote 30% more. And so just to back yourself up.
Yeah. Peter is asking any suggestions for pricing your courses. It's hard to suggest. You need to find your price, man. You need to find your own price.
He wants to price courses, he's saying? His own course?
I don't know. That's the question. Like, is there a course? What kind of course?
You'll be surprised that if you price things too cheap, people probably will think,
pricing too cheap is not good. People won't believe in you. Yeah. And pricing too high is also not good. It's not right. Mm-hmm. So you will understand how much your course is actually. Like, I'm actually charging. I have two different courses. I'm charging one of them $125 an hour. It's a one-on-one. The other one I'm charging $100 per course. There's like multiple people in the class, like 7, 8, 10 people, right? I'm doing it with this price now. I know I can charge more, but I'm not doing it right now because I'm trying to add more value. Let's try to make some examples, like show people what I can do.
You have to learn.
You have to learn. And I'm also like, I'm really putting as much as I can. Like, I'm not doing this because of money. If I wanted to do for money, I would have asked like for $3,000 for 3 months, $1,000 per month, regardless of how many people are in the class. Up to 10 people, 3,500, 4,000 I could charge, right? But I'm charging like 1,200 now for 3 months per people, right? That's not that. It doesn't change my life, but I'm actually learning. They're learning. And I'm adding some value, right? That's the key. You need to start from nothing and slowly push yourself up.
At the day, just look at your value. Like,
look at your
respect yourself with the value. Like, you're gonna die one day. You don't want to be like, I charged this amount. I wasted all my bloody time charging this amount when I could have charged more because I wasn't confident in myself. So you have to realize, like, are you confident in your abilities? This is what you really have to think about. If you're not confident in your abilities and you think you can work on your skill set and improve it, maybe don't charge as much. And then
you should charge as much as you're worth. And what actually Edon said, I actually agree with him 100%. My price today is actually a discount for my price a year from now.
Yeah,
I'm actually like I'm for real. I'm gonna increase my prices for my courses because I can see I'm actually evaluating how much value that I can add, right? How much people enjoy.
I mean. You're building confidence. You're building your skill set.
Yeah, I'm learning, right? So,
like, if Peter's not really confident in his abilities, he's going to screw up directing people, not know where menus are and how to tell people to use things. Yeah, maybe bring down the price so people don't feel like I'm paying X amount of dollars for someone screwing up. And so then maybe the next one you'd be like, okay, I'm well ready for this. I'm more in tune with how to teach people and how to do all these things. So
and you know what's interesting, dude? Because I'm not coming from an insecure area, because I'm not worried about money. When I teach, I actually teach my best. Okay, and I actually put 2 of the image messages that I got from people on my Facebook. I don't know if you saw it. They're saying like this. One of them actually told me like, your course is the best. It should be the standard. And I was surprised. I asked him why. He explained to me why. And it's because like I'm doing my best. I'm not just doing it for money at this point. I will make money eventually with it, but more money, like more than what I'm doing now. But the thing is like you need to add value first, give something, okay, and then learn from it, evaluate yourself, put yourself on a scale and realize, okay, this is how much I'm adding, this is the weight of the money I get, right? Then slowly you will realize, if you come and say, hey, I want to charge $4,000 for 3 months and that's my course. No one knows who you are. No one actually gives a fuck about your course, right?
Yeah.
But at first, like, you want to have a client, hey, dude, I'm teaching. Yeah, what are you teaching? I'm teaching this. Okay. Someone is not going to respond, right? And then next person. And then you start learning, okay, this is how I should approach people. They come to you and eventually you realize how much you're worth. So it's the same thing with getting paid salaries and freelance
I look at
jobs.
it like solving a problem. Like I'm doing my mentorship classes because I feel like there's a problem with design, and I think people aren't focusing on design. I think we get obsessed with just like details and adding details to things and the technical side of things.
Yeah.
People don't focus on what design is and the way they look at it and the way they analyze and break things down. So that's really.
It says, what do you do?
And the ideas.
It says, what do you do if a client doesn't want to pay you upfront?
Ask for half.
I don't work for the client if it doesn't pay me upfront.
Well, they don't want to pay.
I mean, there's two ways. You can ask for half, or you can ask for milestones, right? Deliveries have deliveries, and do it on milestones, which I'm not doing that anymore. I'm asking for half. I don't accept 30 net anymore, except situations are like, if I know a person, if I worked with this person before, one of the guys that I worked with in the past, he actually approached me for work. This is like a story from before, right? I know him. I knew him, and I accepted the job. I got paid like 3 months after. He's my friend. It's okay. But if you don't know him, I wouldn't do that. Why should I get paid later?
Yeah, if you got 3 months after, like paid, and you didn't know a person, you'd be kind of a bit pissed off.
Yeah, you're screwed. But if
it took so long.
And by the way, like if I'm working on a project now, if I'm spending a month, I'm not getting paid anything. How do I pay my bills? Like some people don't save money; they just live by paycheck to paycheck. So you should get paid. Yeah. They should pay you. If they don't trust you to pay you, then you shouldn't work with them. It's just simple as that. It's all about trust.
I mean, business.
It's a business. Every business is charging that much. Like if you want to buy a car, you have to put a down payment.
You don't get the car.
You don't get a car. Simple as that.
But people in art, it's like, it's just the mentality.
It's just stupid. You should hold your ground. Simple as that. Just hold your ground. I mean, if a client comes to you, it happened to me. I had a client, he said, oh, we don't pay this much. I said, I don't work that much. That's it. That was my response. I said, sorry, I hear you, but I don't accept that price. I already gave you a discount. If you want to come back, let's talk.
And there's billions of people.
Yeah.
There's billions of people in this world. Just be patient.
He says, this is another one. Peter is like, he's asking really good questions. He says, have you ever had a client tell you they expect to pay you less because you live in a third world country? Or yes, and
I've heard that.
And I'm like, don't do that. It's none of their fucking business where you live.
Yeah. Well, they're going to come to your home and inspect it as well.
What the hell? Like, it just makes me upset, to be honest. I want to punch them in the face.
I'm sure you want to swear at that one, but like, it is absolute crap. It really is.
Don't accept anything. Like, it doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter how much money is your work is making for that person.
The value you give, it doesn't matter where you live.
I actually want to go live in a cheaper place. Maybe I'm adding value. Can you buy a BMW cheaper in India or in Iran or in? It's actually double the price. I don't know why. It's more expensive.
But yeah, see, there we go. I mean, you're still paying the same price for things.
Yeah.
I mean, like if you lived in a real cheap country, like just go with the American rates. Go with it. Why not? Everyone else does. I mean, I'm doing work for a Chinese company and they go with USD rates. So
yeah, it's just all USD rates. You're an international artist. There's no boundaries anymore. It's gone. It's like it's not weird. We don't live in the Industrial Revolution time. It's not 1800. Those times are past. Mike is asking what most of my work now came from Facebook. I get out of platform. They say, what payment methods do you guys use when ask for when doing a freelance job? Example, half upfront. Yeah.
If it's a new client, I would definitely ask for half upfront.
Yes.
Definitely.
I'll do the same.
If it's a big company, you probably know they will pay you, but you could always probably get half upfront no matter what company, I think. I tend to believe that if they really want you, they're willing to pay you half upfront.
Yes.
So, and yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna make a video about pricing and things like that. You made one. That's a good one. I'm actually, from my experience, I'm gonna make one about that just to share my experience and things that people can do. Because money is, it's a super important part of it. Like we are stupid, man. We are not the good business people. We are stupid.
Really
What's that?
It's
the most
really
important part. It's the most important part.
And it's like the art. Yeah, art's important, but the money aspect of it is more important. It's actually what is motivating you.
You know what's funny? This is the funny part. When you work in a studio, they pay you a salary, right? $60 an hour, $65 an hour. That's the rate, or actually, that's how much is it in a year time for a senior character artist? Let's say. No, more than that. I mean, a senior character artist can get up to, 70, 80.
Oh, a senior artist.
Yeah.
Aren't they on like about 85, 75K?
75K?
I don't know.
No, dude, that's half of.
Is that too low or too high?
It's too low. It's half.
Well, that was when I was working in the studio.
Yeah, this changed. It's changed. And you were stupid to work for that price.
Well, that's what I've just said. I don't know.
No, actually, it was good for the time. For the time, it was good. For the time, it was good. Yeah. You have to go through that, right? When you don't know it, you have to go. But what was the subject? I forgot what I wanted to talk about.
You wanted to work out some hourly rates for a senior artist, I think you said.
Yeah, he asked. There was something else that I wanted to say. Oh, this is what I wanted to say. You get a certain rate, right? If you work freelance, should you get paid the same rate or more?
If you work freelance,
yeah, your quality of work hasn't changed. You work in a studio, then you change your work from home as a freelancer. Should you get paid the same or more?
I got to buy all this stuff. I got to pay for everything, essentially.
You got to pay for internet. You got to pay for electricity. You got to pay for your food during the day, like snacks and things like that. You have to pay for your chair. You have to pay for your desk. You have to pay for everything. So that's a business, right? Yeah. That means like you have to charge more. Business costs money.
Yeah.
Right.
And so it will be, if you do freelance, you can actually get the tax back on your rent and all that.
It doesn't matter, right? Dude. You're using your own equipment for another business. They should pay for it. They will pay for it. Then you will use it and deduct it. Basically, simple as that. It's a business. Like there's nothing wrong with this, by the way. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this. You do a good job. When you get the project, you have to be the best. That's also another side. I have seen artists, they want to get paid more and they don't want to do shit for the company. I mean, I have seen people like that. I worked with them and it's not good. I get upset because I'm a person, like if someone gives me a work, I want to get paid for it, but I respect when they pay me for it. I respect them because they earn that money in the hard way. It's not easy to make money, right? So when I get paid for my price, I do the work. I sit there, I sit on my chair, I finish the job the best way I can and deliver. If they have feedback, I'll do the feedback the best way I can, then I'll deliver it. You need customer service is important. You cannot just be demanding and say, give me $200,000 and then you have to. This is your responsibility. Some people do that.
Once you get the job. Don't slack off once you get the job.
No, don't slack. You have to be serious about it. It's business. That's how you grow as a business. So
deliver more than you can actually
deliver more. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that actually. If you can deliver more, like it's
like actually have that mentality before going in.
Because it's a thing. Like I'm teaching my students, right? If I go there and finish sharp on the time, what would happen? If I was someone's student, if we finished sharp on the time, I would not work with this guy. Just relax, like do more of it. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want to charge your client for client gives you a work for 2 days, you do 2.5 days work, it's okay. Like cut that half a day or cut 2 hours.
If you finish stuff quicker than you actually quoted, who cares? I mean, like,
yeah, no,
you
shouldn't work based on the hour. If you're reach certain level, that's true. Like you shouldn't work based on the hour.
You're paid for the value. It's what you deliver at the end of it.
Yeah,
like
because
if you said this is going to take 5 days and you did it in 2, who cares?
Because on the other hand, you might actually do a project would take you like for the same business, you might do something that you have to sleep, like not sleep and work 3 days consecutive days, right? So that's okay too. So it happens both ways. There's a balance.
Look, you've sat down once. Like I sat down the other day and I got more accomplished in 1 hour than I would have got done in 2 to 3 hours.
Yes.
I get like that sometimes. And you can get like that with work. Like you're not such a set thing in stone. Sometimes you're able to work much more efficiently at certain times. Like we're human beings, we're not robots. Yeah. Like, people forget that.
Yeah, people forget that.
We're not the computer that we use.
There's another question. Arturos is saying, I gave a quotation price to a company like 6 months ago. They came back now, but I am not accepting that price anymore. Should I change the price? I mean, if you believe that you're worth more, then change the price. Tell them that was 6 months ago. Huh?
Yeah, that's half a year, right?
It's changed. Things change. Yeah.
You've half a year of value. If you know deep down you've gone up in value, dude, charge more.
Do you know what the problem is? Dude, the problem is this. There's actually, like, I'm looking at the side of the businesses too, right? There are so many people actually, they scam the companies. It's the other way, by the way. It's not just us getting scammed. They get a job. They promise, they don't deliver. They get a job. They, I don't know, like they don't work they don't accept the feedbacks. It should be both ways, if you know what I mean. Like there should be a balance, basically.
Need to keep each other happy. It's a relationship.
Yeah,
it's a relationship.
It's a relationship, and if you do it good, you can raise the price eventually. You know, if you do the good job properly, if they're okay to work with you, if they're happy with your work.
Yeah, you're not stuck to one price. If you quoted something, let's say you've been working for half a year and you started quoting a certain price, you should go, hey, look, I need to bump up my prices because this is what I'm worth now. That's not bad. Just because you said you're this X amount of dollars, you don't have to stay with that. You don't. You're never static. You're never in that one point where you're always growing, right? So
yeah, you're always growing. You get better. You actually add more value. And by the way, the only way to grow is basically to add value. Like do your best. My previous job, I wasn't really that happy about a lot of things, and I wasn't happy about the pay and things like that. But I put my best. I did my best to ship the best I can, and I shipped the best I could. You know, I mean, the product is speak by itself. Everyone is talking about the quality of the characters. You know, I did.
Gonna send me a copy? You gonna send me a copy?
I don't have a copy myself.
They didn't send you one either.
No, because
hey, I was told. Guerrilla Games was going to send me a copy. I never got a copy of Horizon. So
wow, I don't know why that's kind of weird, man. I mean,
I think
I feel like there's a grudge when people leave the studios. Huh?
Even though they asked for my address, but I know I don't care. Like I was just like whatever.
Did you even play that game?
Hey,
did you even play?
I played it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I played maybe an hour or two. It's a good game. I like it.
Yeah, I'm not playing any games recently because I'm like, I need to push my skills. I need to do this. I need to do that. I have classes. Now I have like lots of like one-on-one classes. I have 4 actually getting, the 4th one is actually getting filled up. So there's no time to play games. I need to focus on my my future. And
I'd love to. I'm going to set a month, you know, when the new Grand Theft Auto comes out, I'll probably set a month for it or something.
Yeah.
I think that's the only one I play, like Grand Theft Auto, because it'll be pretty good, I think. I don't know.
A good question there from Mike Poretti.
That is a good question.
Yeah.
So how do the majority of your clients find you? Also, where do you find the majority of clients? Are those social media, apps, websites? And sent more referrals. What do you want to answer this one?
I mean, I'm different because I worked inside the studios since 2014, and I have a lot of like connections here and there. So, you know, when I moved to US, there was a company that I worked with. When I wasn't not in US, they gave me freelance work. Then we got connected. Then after 6 months, they hired me. They brought me to US. It was just random, right? It's just like I did a lot of work at 2012. You remember, like I got top rows and my character was getting printed everywhere. Like it was all over the place.
That one.
You remember? That actually changed everything for me. Yeah. Yeah, it was
sometimes it's one piece of artwork.
That's it. One piece, and it's just you may not be able to repeat it. It's just one piece that changes everything.
And that's why people should put time in their work.
And you know what happens? I'll explain his question because this is all related to that. By the way, Mike, you are asking that question. Everything is related to what we're saying. You know, you have to try things, fail, and then at some point you will do something right. You know, because you're one person, you're not a team. It's hard to start to use a correct strategy to grow yourself, right? You just have to try and fail and do it and go there. I mean, so for me, it was like I got that job. I came here. Then I knew someone at Ubisoft. I got a job at Ubisoft. I went there. Then when I wanted to, I mean, Ubisoft was a good company. I enjoyed working with them. I mean, there was no problem when I left that place. Like it was one of the rare teams that I actually got sad that I left because the project got canceled. And yeah, I was sad. I was upset when I left. And I'm still in touch with the executive producer of that company. I mean, he's an amazing guy. The whole people there were amazing. So the top guy in the studio.
If you felt like that, probably would have been a good game.
Probably would be a good game?
Yeah.
I mean, it's different. It's different. I mean...
did it get released? Or
no, I maybe I can... I don't know if I can even say anything about it. It's like years ago, but I still... Yeah, I prefer not to say anything, but...
You're always locked under the NDA no matter what. I think isn't it a 5-year span? NDAs?
Your grandparents cannot do anything to you, so you should tell your grandparents to not talk about it. I don't know. But here's the thing. Yeah, here's the point. Like, the only company I applied for was Sledgehammer, and then I got hired after a week. I didn't know anyone there. Then I went there. I saw a guy there that I knew him. That was interesting. Like I didn't know he works there. Then after that, Sucker Punch approached me. I said no first. After a year, they came back to me and I said yes. Let's talk. And then I moved here. Yeah. And then now, again, working with people like the guys, the team that I work with, I know them. So I changed from Sucker Punch because I knew these guys and I wanted to make a change. I like the game idea they have. So, I mean, I made a change and it was the right decision. It was definitely like 100%. Like this is one of those changes that you're like, should I do it? Should I not do it? You know, I'm in the middle of the production. That's the kind of risk you take, right? So,
go towards
go towards it. But I was like, you know, I came home. I said, I sat down with my wife. She said, "Do it. Let's do it." I did it, and it worked. So
and it's working out great.
It's working out great. Yes. That's how you get. You need to have good reputation. The clients will come to you. I'm actually understanding how to do business. You know, like everyone in my family, they're entrepreneurs. They were businessmen or bankers, or you know, my uncles, they were businessmen. So they had their own business. They had to figure out, hunt their meat. Basically, they didn't wait for anyone to give them food. So they had to. It's not a disrespectful thing, by the way. It's like there's a hunter mentality. You're a hunter. You hunt for the group, right? So it's like that. It's like
always be hunting.
Yes.
Always be hunting.
This is how it is. I was. If you can, that's all you should do. If you don't think you can do it, then try it and see if you can do it, because that's the best way you get a lot of rewards. So, like for example, now I'm teaching my classes, right? In 2-3 months, I actually filled up like 4 classes, and I have like 5-6 one-on-one mentorships, 6 different people, right? And they sign up for it, and they're happy for it. And now I'm actually going to expand it slowly, get more people. When I have time, I'm going to do more classes. So it's just like when you do good work, the clients will come to you. You don't have to worry about it. That's the thing. Yeah. Like someone will talk to you about, like, you know what's interesting? I was talking to Alessandro Baldassaroni. He said people in NVIDIA, like he works for NVIDIA, they were sharing Edon's interview with me at NVIDIA. Yeah. So I mean, that's how it goes out, right? You need to add value. People watch it. People listen to you, or people see. I mean, get your good reputation. Basically, that's the key. You need to be good at what you do.
You gotta put passion in.
Yeah. Do you guys work on more than one character project at a time? I actually don't do any character projects anymore for myself. I'm just like learning at this point. Like he's talking about Arturos. Like I'm doing a lot of anatomy researching. I'm trying to learn. I'm actually doing one that I want to finish. That ogre. I think you saw it.
Yeah.
I want to finish that, but I'm actually trying to finish some stuff for a personal game project that I have, just to try to see if we can, me and my friend, if we can do a fun project.
You want to answer this one?
What are some reasons for why you don't get credited for a product at the end? Yes, I'll answer that very well. Does it get personal sometimes and they don't include you? Peter, it's because we undervalue ourselves and we accept everything is written in the contract. Simple as that. So, I mean, like I didn't get the proper credit that I should have received for Ghost of Tsushima. I don't care. I mean, everyone knows what I did, so they can just remove my name.
I think a lot of people do get it.
Yeah, a lot of people get it. A lot of people get it. I'm actually going to, bring awareness, because this probably has to change. The times are changing.
Come to think of it, next time I'm going to get a contract written up if I don't get credited.
Yes, I'm gonna get credited.
Like have a clause to actually get, I don't know, $20,000 or $100,000 from you not crediting me. Then they will credit you.
Yes,
that's your. I didn't see why not.
The thing is, every artist should understand this
on their part to put you in a credit.
Yeah, someone wrote in my Facebook that actually messaged me like, because you left before the game is gold. So what? I mean, I finished what I did, so it doesn't matter if you leave before.
You did so much.
I mean, how many millions my pipeline made for that game? I mean,
and you
millions.
Didn't get a credit.
Yeah, I didn't get credit. I mean, I don't care about the credit. I care about the money. Next time I make a contract, I want my portion. I want my like, if I'm adding value, I want the money for that.
That would be stupid not to credit you.
And this is going to be the mindset, by the way. It's going to change. I'm gonna tell you, like 10 years from now, you will see it. There's going to be a movement in game industry or film industry. It's going to change.
I think they should. And that's what, me and you, we wanted to do that. I'm adamant about that. That's why I came out with my freelance rates videos and how to quote, things like that. I wanted to really be like that. And when I talk to people and I mentor them, I drill it into them that they are worth what the value that they see in themselves. And so many people, we talk to them and they don't have they have this like internal, I don't value myself, and it will show. It will show in the work. Yeah. It will come out in how much you're being paid. So value yourself, guys. Put value into yourself.
And by the way, this is actually nothing. I don't understand where this mindset comes from. I think sometimes humans are stupid. Just
we're all dumb at something.
Because here's the thing: if you tell someone, hey, if you don't finish the game or the movie, you will not get credited if you leave early. What if someone has issues? What if someone's dad is dying and he has to move to another country? He shouldn't get credited for what he's doing. I mean, there is sometimes, and I feel like sometimes they take it personal. I mean, the decision that I made was, I mean, purely because of. I mean, it was a good decision for me and my wife, and my future, and I don't regret it. You know what I mean? It was like working on I like samurais, and I have books about samurais, right? And I'm reading about it. It's not something that I don't like.
But you're working on your armor.
Yeah, I'm working on something for myself. But it's something that I like, right? Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. But the decision that I made is because, I had to make a decision for my future. I don't have to work for anyone if I don't want to, right? But I mean, if I was smart about it, I would have actually made the contract the right way. You know what I mean? Next time I've been there. Well, you have been there. Same, with Horizon.
The past will is the future, kind of to inform you of the future. So, if that's why the past is there, is to inform you of the future and how you go.
Arturos is asking how many months you worked for Ghost. I actually worked on it for 2 years, and I finished my job I delivered what I promised. So, I mean,
All right. Any other questions? I think we've been for an hour and a bit now.
if they want to, they're watching. 20 people are watching. You don't have to finish it. Let's just talk.
Oh, I've got work to do.
Come on, man. I have more work than you to do.
That's can't say stuff. I got nothing to do.
You don't have work to do. You're just
But no, it's
wasting
awesome.
time.
Is this the highest we've reached? I think 20.
Yeah.
We'll say 20. Round it up.
Yeah.
20.
Let's make it 20. So yeah, I mean, I think adding value is the key. If you add value, you can actually stand your ground, ask for changes, ask for what you deserve. You know,
read books.
Read books, man. Read books. Read books.
Like lots of books.
Yeah, lots of books. Lots of
everything.
And be respectful to people. But I want to tell you one thing actually. Here's this is very important. Read books, be respectful to others, learn, right? Understand it and apply those things to your life. If you work anywhere, never let them to judge your personality or the way you think. Okay? If they actually judge you, that's not the place you should work for. Or you know what I mean? Or the client. Working for someone should purely be about business and making a product in a professional way. If that makes sense. You get what I mean? Because some places they actually use that to actually push you down to, gaslighting.
I think it's like indirectly done through just them not knowing what they're doing at times.
Yes.
Indirect. It's like a power struggle. They need to feel like maybe they're in power. Like human beings we're not very good at controlling or what we know that we're actually doing at the time.
Yes.
And they don't know that they're probably actually perhaps doing that, but they are.
When I worked at Ubisoft and Sledgehammer, when I received reviews there, they were the most professional reviews. Like nothing about personal anything. They were just all about like your work is this, your work is that. We like this, we don't like this. That's it. They didn't tell you you talk too much on this. I heard like some places they actually check your timing that you go to the bathroom. That's disrespect, Or they tell you like if you go out of the office to a smoke for 5 minutes, you have to. It's like some people smoke. That's not good, but. They just
people smoke for half an hour though. It's like a lunch break.
They smoke for well, that's not good too. But I mean,
even 15 minutes is too long, dude. I take 15-minute breaks, like to eat and do. I stretch between I eat. Like I stretch my hamstrings. I stretch out. Like I'm constantly stretching between. Like whenever I get a break.
But it's not criticizing that person. You know what I would do? Instead of that, I would actually make a program. If I have a business, I would actually invite people to join that program for quitting smoking. I would educate. A good idea. I would educate them instead of telling them you're smoking too much. You're actually wasting so much time. This guy is addicted. He has a problem. This person has a problem. You accepted this person with all of his problems. If you criticize his personality because he's smoking, it's your problem.
And it's sometimes the thought, what is it? Smoking itself is actually, tobacco is not as addictive. It's the thought that you actually can't quit. And then the fear makes you smoke more.
Yes.
So it's a weird thing about it because you're anxious and I need a cigarette to smoke to calm myself down. But you actually don't need cigarettes. You're more addicted to the habit of it. So people have asked for books. I've got some books I can list. A good one is called The Game of Life. It might be a bit woohoo.
There's one from Seth Godin. It's called the Linchpin. Seth Godin from Seth. Yeah. Maybe I should share it on the screen. Let me actually make a page here quickly to share it on the screen for people to see. Give me a second.
You got The Way of the Wolf.
I can share some books here. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can.
What else? The Power of Discipline.
Hold on a second. I'm trying to share my screen.
Another one is called, a good one is called Self-Esteem. And this is a good one, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. If you people who are really anxious.
By the way, the things that we say really should be about adding values overall, right? It shouldn't be about...
A really, really good one, I've told you about it. It's called The Magic of Thinking Big.
Yeah.
That's a really...
So I have if you open, this is a good book. I'm actually sharing some stuff. There is another one, Linchpin. Linchpin from Seth Godin. This is a very good book. There is another one. I don't know. Do you see the YouTube page?
Yeah.
What else? Tell me.
Oh, am I telling you now? The Power of Thinking Big.
The Power of Thinking Deep.
That right?
I don't know if this is the one. I know there's one called Deep Work. That was a good one.
The Magic of Thinking Big.
I actually can show some of the books that I have here on my screen. Yes, this is a good book, the one you sent. Is it from...
A good one
Yeah,
is called
Schwartz. Yeah, it's a good one.
I think Self-Esteem. I'm not sure because that's.
You know, actually, I'm showing this on my camera. There's one called "What Everybody Is Saying." This is about body language. So this is written by an FBI agent. So this is good if you want to work in a work environment. You can actually read the body language of your coworkers, your manager, and it actually shows you how to detect lies and things like that. There was another video about that I was watching. I actually have a lot of books here. Like this is a good one, The Way of Wolf, if you want to do business and sell stuff about your business. There is another one about the Leanest Startup. This is a good one. I don't know if you saw this one. Yeah. I have these on my desk because I read them to finish them. I have more. I don't know. There's one called Mastery from Robert Greene. That's a very good one. That's amazing because it teaches you everything that you need to know to grow.
What you actually need to do to master something.
Yes.
And
that's how you grow, actually. And I'm doing everything that book says. I was doing it before that, but when I read that, it's actually solidified everything I was actually thinking about. So
either kick your butt or make you more confident, all at the same time. At the same time.
Sometimes it's good to read the books about like universe. Like I have one that I want to read about from Stephen Hawking, because the more you understand about where you live, is actually helping you. It's going to help you to grow better as a person. You know.
Yeah, I'll mention one more. The self-esteem one is called the 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem. Really good book. Really. There's 6 pillars.
Actually, let me open my Audible. I have some books on my Audible.
That's I have to go.
You have to go.
I have to go.
Oh, okay. So we can finish. Have you guys read Can't Hurt Me? Yes, I wanted to show that actually. David Goggins. Yes.
He's
yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
The War of Art by War of Art. I heard about it. I need to read that.
Yeah, I've listened to the first half of it.
Yeah. So should we finish it?
Yeah, we'll finish it up.
Guys, subscribe to Mike's channel. Subscribe to my channel. If you want mentorship, go to Mike's mentorship. Come to my mentorship. Give us your money. We'll get rich and buy Lambos and
Lambos.
Scam people.
Investing it instead.
Yes.
Peter
asking if there's streams or weeklies. We want to try to do it weekly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I watch out for my podcast. I have like a couple of really good videos coming this week. Every Tuesday and Thursday. And then in between, I might share other stuff, other videos. So check out for that. Can I put the link of my YouTube as well here? Do you mind? I think they already have me. Huh?
Yeah. So I'm doing a mentorship class. It is on the 5th.
Are you starting already?
Yeah, first one.
Oh,
so the mentorship class.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, it should be fun. And if you guys are interested, you can email me, and I'll put the email in the links description, or you can find my contacts because I am on the internet and I'm everywhere.
Guys, if you want to go to his mentorship, pay me, and then I will not pay him. I want that Lambo. Green one.
Who wants a Lambo? I'll get the old Lambo, the Mirai.
No, I want the Aventador.
Old one. I think it's like millions of dollars now.
Yeah, so. Ronald is saying Discord is awesome. Join. Mike also has a Discord. You guys join that as well if you know his Discord.
Yeah. I'll I'll put the things in the links
Yeah,
description.
that would be great. And
The
guys, like,
email.
I mean, we will do more of these. I think we can grow this to a bigger thing, dude. Like last time was 10 people, now 20. They're asking to do more. I think these are the talks that people enjoy to listen to, beside like art, because we want to add value to the society. We want to make, I mean, businesses grow. We want to make our own businesses grow and things like that. So it's a good thing.
And we want to be the change in the industry. We've
Yeah,
been both saying that.
It's a good change. It's good for everyone. Like if we can make a change positive for everyone, it's a good change. Like everyone.
I want to make this industry more even playing field. It's so swayed one way.
Yes,
and
it is.
It's swayed one way because people aren't informed. So when you're informed, you can sway it more to being more even.
And I think it's gonna make more money. To be honest with you, for everyone, if everyone is happy, it's going to make more money.
It will.
Yeah, it will. I have no doubt. If you enjoy what you're doing, you actually push it to the next level. You know what Peter says? He says, "Came to the what's that?
New projects will get birthed by people getting into it."
Peter says, "Came to the game industry for the games estate for the Lambo." That's a good one. Write it down
you should quote that.
Yes,
dude, that's a reality. Why not? If you work on a game, you can buy all the Lambos you
want. I'm serious about it. Actually, I'm gonna actually show this. Hold on a second, just for people to see that I'm not joking.
Well, look, there's no reason why you can't have a Lambo as a person.
It's not a Lambo, but I want to get a.
Look, who cares? It's like you're a person, and if you want it, you got to work towards it. That's the name of the game. No one's going to hand you a Lambo. You got to work for it. I mean, if it's like saying you want to have a house one day. It's like the Lambo is not as expensive as a house, but people are like, oh yeah, you'll have a house. But I mean, like, it just sounds ridiculous going, I want a Lambo, because I guess you can't live in.
I'm showing on the screen, right? I customized the McLaren. Do you see on YouTube? I customized the McLaren 600 LT.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So, I mean, I actually saved the customization, and I actually put a date that when I'm going to buy this.
I might try and practice that, but the thing is, I actually don't know what. I actually don't. There's no like really expensive car that I want. That's the thing.
It's not about cars. It's not about. It's about being able and about like.
I've got other goals though.
Yes, I have. My goals are not actually financial is part of it, but it's mainly about like experiencing things that everyone is like saying that it's impossible to experience. Because last time we talked about my life story and all that. A lot of the things that I have now was impossible for everyone around me. Like, just 10 years ago. Just 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So.
All right. If everyone comes and watches the podcast, they'll all get Lambos. We'll do like an Oprah thing.
If you guys, actually, what if this podcast gets serious, we get some serious like recognition from this one. We should do a Lambo prize for real. Like if we continue this 5 years, I'm kidding. Let's put a goal like that. 5 years from now. Huh?
5 years from now.
Yeah, 5 years from now. Let's put a goal and see if it works.
We don't know where we're going to grow to. We want to keep on growing. Like I know me and you together want to grow this channel and other channels and all types of things. But we don't know what we want to do. That's the thing. You don't know. Like you can't. You have to go towards whatever's like scary and beyond your knowledge of. You can have your goal, but we know, like we've been saying, our goal we want to form something together. Like,
yes,
we don't know.
We don't know what is going to happen, but I mean, like Peter.
Day will be like, do this.
Yeah, Peter is saying that it's in the contract. Yes, if you get a job next time, ask them to put a Lambo in your contract.
I'm gonna get that sneakily written in next time. I'm gonna do a contract. Get a Lambo. I want them to ask, why is that in there?
Oh my goodness. Ronald says Rolls Royce. I mean, Lambo is the trade. What do you call it? Is the What's
It's a trademark waste of money. Isn't it like?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'll probably if I have the money to buy Lambo, I'll buy more Tesla stock. Yeah. So
All right.
yeah, guys, this
Good
was fun.
chat. Yeah. All right, guys. It was awesome.
Yeah.
We'll see everyone next week. And
you know what's interesting? Let me say this, and we go. We are seeing the growth. 5 years from now, we are going to watch these videos, and we will say, "Oh wow, like it's going to be surprising."
How crap were we?
Yes, we'll see. Just remember this. And then
how crap are we right now?
and then we can actually set a price. Let's set a Lambo price from now, like 5 years from now, if we get somewhere from this.
Like, yeah, I can print you the Lambo in the next
Yeah.
room 5 years from now. So we don't know what we're really like.
Geno says in 5 years we all have a Lambo. Hopefully, yes.
Yeah.
That's a good mindset. All right, dude, let's go. I'm gonna go eat dinner and sleep. This was good.
All
All right, guys, subscribe.
Subscribe and like.
Yeah.
Go see Siamak's channel.
Yeah.
Subscribe and like.
And then
Come and hang out and each week and
buy Mike's classes and pay me. So I'm okay with that. I don't have it.
go yeah. Buy my classes.
Extra.
I'll buy. Yeah, buy Mike. What are you talking about? You're confusing me.
All right, let's go, man. All right, cheers. Do you want to stop the streaming?
You gotta stop it.
You gotta stop it. It's your channel.
All right.
I can stop the other one here.
Okay.
All right, guys. See you.